one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one. It doesn't bother me, Maria.
From the base. Follow-up report. Is that Fox Boy? Try and catch me. From the base.
I'm the world's
Follow-up report.
You will lose your super.
Well,
The world.
is that how about making? Get time.
Anyone?
Oh, get time. Bearing your spec.
What do you mean?
To the get time.
Anyone?
Oh, get time. Bearing your spec.
What do you mean?
To the get time.
Anyone?
Oh, get time. Bearing your spec.
What do you mean?
To the get time.
Anyone?
Oh, get time. Bearing your spec.
What do you mean?
To the
You need the Skeksis.
Hogarth.
Professor.
It's difficult.
Blown away.
You need
That make
the Skeksis.
chaos. Do I?
Dream
Masters out to be this
Hello there. How are you guys all going? Hello, Vaughn. Vaughn Stevens. Hello, Eva Grondel. It's good to see you too. Hello, James Foreman. It's nice to see you guys popping into these streams. Today, I'm hoping to be perfecting a song, and then after that I've got something I want to try out. It's a little bit experimental, so we'll see how that goes. There's a bit of a delay between me and you, so I'll give people a bit of time to figure out that, you know, we're actually doing something now. But I suppose let's get started in the meantime. So, forgive me for being a little bit unprepared today. I was almost late. For the sake of honesty, I'm feeling a little bit melancholic today. I'm not sure why. It's just the way it's going to be, it seems. The positive side of that, melancholy means emotion, which is generally good with music. So this is the one we're going to be working on. Hello, Polo. This is up. This stream. Premium puns. Okay. So let's hop over to our screen here, and let's get started. So I think you guys probably would have heard this one in the opening waiting area kind of thing. Hopefully I don't get too many dropped frames. My internet is doing worse than it usually is today, which is actually saying something. So let's take a listen to this. This is, we worked on this last stream, I think. It's a song which uses a lot of samples from Sonic Adventure 2 in terms of vocals, and most of the chords come from Coco and Inside Out. And it's all here, the structure's all done, it's just, it needs a little bit of spice. So that's what we're going to be aiming to do today. Today's, by the way, it's a slightly unscheduled stream. Usually I do streams tomorrow, but I've got an event on tomorrow, so today it is. Hopefully people turn up. If not, won't hold it against them. Right, so let's begin. This section... This section is basically just a loop like that, and it needs a bit of work with the vocals. So we're going to leave that to last, because, you know, we love, that's hard, and that's, you leave hard things to last. Everyone knows that's a beautiful thing.
The one and only, the ultimate.
This bit is one that I want to work on a little bit.
It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent. The ultimate one doesn't bother me, Maria. The one and only, the ultimate
see here, in this bit here,
A jewel containing the innocent. There's no
we need like a bit of a swell in the chords or something.
grant you one. It all starts with a jewel.
Because right now the only difference between these two is just this hi-hat here, and that's a little bit. And I might want to change that eventually, but we'll see how we go. Right, so let's open up my samples folder and take a look through all the things that we have. I'm a little bit paranoid, irrationally paranoid about stream quality today, because the internet is being weird. Hello, Chip Chap Chop, it's good to see you here. Hello, Lepseek Pose. So, let's look through chords from Coco first. I think, Coco. What other ones do we have? We have Dark Crystal, but those ones are hard with getting them in the right pitch. We need something swelly. So let's pop. Let's just look in Coco for now. Yeah, Ninth Doctor is definitely my favorite. He was my doctor. You're right, Vaughan Stevens. It is Shadow. That's Shadow's section of the song. There's something special happening with the video for this as well, so you got that to look forward to. So let's just take a look through these.
A jewel containing the innocent. There's no the one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one.
So let's just take a look through. That one's pretty good. That one might work. And we'll probably end up putting a filter on it, or a filter on some of the samples at least. Let me turn my keyboard on here. We'll put a filter on some of the samples to get them sounding a little more swelly rather than just sort of, look, here's something new. Someone needs to make a Coco remix. I tried that. It's actually kind of hard with that film, it turns out. I don't think, yeah. I'm probably not going to end up doing it because I tried it like multiple times. I've got like 5 or 6 versions of a Coco remix, but none of them seemed to really work out, and it was really hard to do for some reason. Anyway. So what was this called? Whoa. Well, that's loud. Hold on. Can I move forward a little bit so that I can actually play this? So that's the original. I think it's actually in the right key, which is nice for a change. And we'll need to loop it. Should we... That sounds good. And make it much more pad-like. Not too much so. And then we'll put it on its own track. And we'll give it, we'll put a high-pass filter, a low-cut filter on there. Because we really don't need those in there. It's not what we're looking for. And there is actually some like cloudiness in there that I'm hearing, which I'm not sure. Oh, that's what it is. It's the sound effects. In fact, that sounds better from the front speakers rather than the surround speakers. Did I say hello to you, Tia Bevins? Hello, Tia Bevins. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah. Yeah. That is a bit... Oh, I would say that's a one-off track, but... I mean, those kind of... Tracks like Grief, it's sort of like... I can make like millions of those tracks. And they are equally as powerful, but simple to make. Which is rare. So, what are we doing? Let's go to this section here. And let's put this in here. Now I'm wondering whether... It's not quite lush enough, I don't think. Which is why I like the other ones. Okay. And it changes from F to G every bar. Except these that stay stable on C. And just put this one up the octave. No, I think we're going to stick with the surround speakers. It's just... Yeah, that'll work. It's going to bleed into the next section, but that's okay, because we'll put a filter over the top and automate it, just to make it lush. Let's unsolo it, and grab this. Will that work? I don't know. Create an automation clip. Yeah, that's fine over the top there. What have I just clicked? That's a lot of plugins. You think I've got enough? Yeah, I don't use this menu because it's just like, whoa, too many plugins. Too much stuff. Yeah. Right. Where were we?
It all starts with a jewel containing.
I think actually it's a little bit too much up there. That sounds like Earthbound music. See, I don't want it to be so slow. I want it to be nice and lush, rather than sort of vibratoing, vibrating. As in, can we? What's going on there? Why is that? I haven't got an LFO on there, have I? That's weird. Anyway. Is there a better sample that we can use? Well, we'll stick with this one for now. No, 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 no. And I'm...
A jewel containing the innocent.
And we'll bring it down there. And that's going to be very wrong because it's going to go all the way down to 0 hertz. We don't want that. And we want it to go from there to there, maybe. We can bring it down all the way there.
A jewel containing the innocent. There's no one. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. See, if we don't have that upper layer, then it doesn't lush out. As well, I think, let's pull this back over here and move it across to there, like that, and then delete that, and then copy this and paste it there. And we might actually filter... And the other thing as well is this is not getting... And it's also got the EQ turned off. Why is that? Okay, so that's far too strong. Bring it down a bit. I'm not the one to do Steven Universe remixes. I unfortunately don't watch that show. Yeah, that's right. Blue Jay, if you want Steven Universe remixes, you go watch Blue Jay's videos. What am I doing? We're grabbing Fruity Balance, throwing it across here. This is premium content, this is. 150% entertaining. We listen to the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Let's set this to... It's been a while since I've worked on these things, so I have to remember how I'm doing things. We need a chord that's more lush than that. I mean, this one might do it. It's not very lush though. It's kind of thin. And we'll have to set the length to there. Do a ping pong loop, I think. It's filtered now, so it's going to sound a bit weird. We'll plop it over the top of this and see how it goes. No, that's too high. This is basically what perfecting is. It's just trying out a whole bunch of stuff. You hear something, you need to try and make it happen with what you can. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, but you got to try. And that's fine. The thing I'm worried about is it sounds... It sounds like a sweep. Doesn't sound like a swell. See, that really sounds like a sweep. I suppose I haven't heard it in the context of the rest of the track yet, have I? So let's do that, hey? Let's turn off this loop and unsolo it, and off we go.
The one and only, the ultimate, grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent.
Okay, so we can start the sweep off higher
One doesn't bother me. One,
and end it.
one doesn't bother me, Maria. One doesn't bother me. One doesn't bother me, Maria. Maria. Bother me, Maria. One doesn't bother
And we can probably, at this end chord here,
Maria.
From the bass.
Maria. Maria.
just grab the, and thin this out a little bit, so maybe that's probably the right one to leave there.
Maria. 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 Maria.
From the
Maria. 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 Maria.
from the bass. Follow up.
The one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't bother.
You kind of need it across both bars, though. You can't just have it appear out of nowhere there, can you? So, we will do a lovely trick here. We will just cut this in half and put it there and put it there. And then we'll have this down here and we'll delete that and then it'll smoothly go across the bars, I hope.
The one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. The one and only, the ultimate. The one and only, the ultimate.
It's about
The one
getting
and
this
only-
automation clip just running smoothly.
The one ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with ultimate. Grant you one. Ultimate. Ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with ultimate.
And we need to bring this down
Grant you
here.
one. It all starts with ultimate. Grant.
Or do we? Can we push this up here and then bring it down here and then bring it up there
Ultimate.
again?
Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing ultimate. Grant a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't bother. A jewel containing the innocent. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no a jewel containing.
How about exactly halfway there? It's in the middle of bar, but it doesn't matter.
Containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't bother me, Maria.
And we need this to go all the way across, so we're going to abandon the last bit of the bar that we fixed up before.
A jewel containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't bother me, Maria. A jewel containing the innocent.
I don't know if that's any better or if that's worse. I don't know.
The one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel. Grant you.
Yeah, this comes up too quick.
Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't start with a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't bother me, Maria. Starts with a jewel containing
Let's
the
push that
innocent.
one bit earlier.
There's no one doesn't bother me, Maria. Starts with a jewel containing the Maria. Maria.
The bass. Follow up report.
And yay, now we also have some new chord samples that we can spread throughout the song to make it sound a little bit more nice and lush and wonderful. Especially in this kind of, that section, which is... Hello, Avery Blue, how you doing? Right, moving on. So, let's just take another listen to this.
The one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with a jewel containing the innocent. It all starts.
There's a second bit
It
here.
all starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no one doesn't bother me,
base. Follow up
Yeah, we'll leave
report.
that in there.
Is that
Sounds
Fox
alright.
Boy? Try and catch me. From the base.
I'm the world's ultimate.
Follow up report.
You will lose your super.
Superhero.
The world.
Is that how about making?
I think that section is pretty good right now. And this section,
The one and only. The ultimate. Grand one. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no. The one and only. The ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no one. Doesn't bother me, Maria.
yeah, it doesn't sound.
The jewel containing the innocent. There's no one. Doesn't bother me, Maria. One doesn't bother me. One doesn't bother me, Maria. One doesn't bother me. One doesn't bother me, Maria.
From the base. Follow up report.
That's good enough for me right now. Right, so another thing we need to work on, like I said, I'm going to skip over those sections for now.
You need the Skeksis.
Hogarth.
Professor.
It's difficult.
Blown away.
You need
The Nate
the Skeksis.
Chaos. Do I?
Dream
Master's out to be this.
That bit's fine. We need to actually copy this bit across to the second shadow section, which is over here. And we're going to have to lush it up even more, because this one is a little bit different.
The one and the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no this. A jewel. This. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now. This. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now. Maria, my master. Super. You gotta go now. Maria, my super. You gotta go now. Super.
I think we're going to change the pattern here to make it slightly different. Let's stop that while I remember. No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Come on, brain. Stop screwing around. Is that going to work? We need to do it in the other chord as well.
Super. You gotta go.
You know what can I say?
One and only, the ultimate. Grant you one.
You know what can I say?
One. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go. One.
It's too much at once. And I've just realized, yeah, whoops. So what is it? It's Control-Alt-Z to redo multiple things, isn't it? It also happens to be that, which is annoying. So we're going to have to do it using the menu. And hope that we have an... Oh, we don't need to use the menu. There's a tab in here, isn't there? History. We don't have enough refresh points, do we? Okay. Well, let's listen to this one.
It all starts with this. A jewel containing there's no one. Doesn't bother me. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the.
I think we are just going to start it on the second bar. It's just easier that way. Let's delete that.
It all this. A jewel. This. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no one. Doesn't bother me. Maria.
From the base.
Maria.
From the base.
Right.
Follow up report.
And then we can really lushen it up here.
Starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go. Starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now. Maria, my master. This.
Yep. We did that. And did we undo this? Yes, we did. So let's redo it.
A jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now. This. A jewel.
And I'm actually going to extend this pattern out again to here and add that in only in the second part because otherwise, you know, it gives it a little bit of growth rather than just sort of swelling the same thing. So let's put all this back in here. Hello, Waluigi God. How are you doing? Just working on perfecting here. Well, as best as we can today.
This a jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now.
We need something a little more melodic here in the chords as well.
Innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now. Maria, my central. There's no super.
So we'll see if we can find something melodic that'll fit in here. In which case, we might as well just put the original one of this back. Extend.
There's no super. You gotta go now. Maria, my master. Super. You gotta go now. Maria, my master.
Okay, alright. Let's look through chords for something slow and melodic, maybe. Or maybe just a single note. There's some stuff in Zootopia, I think, that might be useful here. So let's just take a look at these. Perhaps not. I'm sure I remember there's like a single note.
This a jewel containing the innocent. There's no super. You gotta go now.
What else have we got that we can pull chords from? You know what, I think we'll leave it for now. And we'll work on another part of this song. What should we work on? We start work on... what about...
You need Skeksis.
Hogarth.
Well, let's try this transition here.
You need Skeksis.
Versus...
You need Skeksis.
Professor.
That's difficult.
Blown away.
You need
The Nate
Skeksis.
I know that this one's a bit dodgy.
Master's out to be this.
That's difficult.
Do I?
Dream.
It's not that dodgy, but I'm wondering... oh, no, I didn't want to get rid of it. I wanted to mute it.
Master's out to be this.
No, I don't think that's going to work. I was thinking of putting a delay on this so that it repeated itself, but I don't think that's going to be very useful. We'll see. Thanks, Mike Mixer. I appreciate it. Okay. Might as well tackle this. I'm looking at OBS now and I'm realizing that it's saying that I've dropped 50% of my frames. It's also saying that I'm oscillating between 100 kilobits per second and over a megabit per second, which is beyond my internet speed, which might be why it's... Hold on, I'm going to get distracted for a second here and try and fix this because... Or do something about this. Because every 5 seconds I see on my screen over there, YouTube says, we're not receiving data. Surely that's not good for you guys. Oh, look, it's at 400. See, it's supposed to be... It's set to constant bitrate, it is. But it's sending 900. Why is that? What's going on? The audio, streaming. Is there... I don't know. Anyway, let's try setting this down to something ridiculously low. Like that. And hopefully that doesn't kill the stream quality. Although now no OBS says it's not sending anything. Yeah. Anyway. Hopefully things work out in the end. So what were we were tackling this section, weren't we? I think the first thing we can do is when we go over here, there needs to be some extra chord in the background. We can probably reuse these. Maybe not. I don't think that's... Maybe we can't reuse those. See, the trouble here is that the chords that I'm using that are sort of the lush chords I'm already using them here. So it's a little bit weird if I... because it's overlapping and it sounds strange. What I'm not a fan of in this section, I think, is the vocals, to be honest. I mean, it's okay. It's just a little bit sparse. I wonder if we move this here. I apologize if I'm a little bit slow today. Yeah, anyway, let's pop into our samples and see if we can find some stuff to fill in the gaps here. Part of me is doubtful, because I'm pretty sure I've tried to fix this section before and it's not worked very well. YouTube is still complaining about my stream and how horrible the quality is. And OBS is also complaining and saying it's not actually sending any data. So that's reassuring.
Right away, Mr. President.
We want the tuned ones. These ones.
Mr. President.
See, the trouble is with this section is that with these vocals, you need this space here, other you can't fill it in because the chords are there. It's really the backing that's the problem in this section. It's not the vocals. The backing is too dense to allow any extra bits to throw in. Okay. Now, a few of you might remember at the beginning of the stream that I said, in the sake of honesty, that I was feeling a little bit melancholic today. Not really sure why, I just kind of was. But apparently that's kind of leaking into my workflow here because I'm going to be honest, this not panning out that great. Or at least maybe that's just the melancholy speaking, I don't know. Maybe we should try and make something new rather than just perfecting this. Because we're not really going anywhere with this, are we? I mean, we could have a listen to some of these spots.
From the base. Follow up.
But yeah.
This, a jewel containing the innocent. There's no one. It doesn't bother me, Maria.
From the base. Follow up report. Is that Fox Boy? Try and catch me. From the base.
I'm the world's
Follow up report.
But yeah, in the end, I think we're just ending up listening to this track over and over and over and over. Unfortunately, that means I've got to figure out something to do for the rest of this stream. I had an idea, but since my stream quality seems to be dying, that idea is no longer viable. What it was going to be, let me switch over to the camera view. What it was going to be was there's a game that I've been sort of obsessing over on and off over the past couple of months. It's called Satisfactory. You probably haven't heard of it. But it's got really good sound design, really good music, and it's also got that thing in games where you have different sliders for different parts of the sound. So I was thinking of trying that out on and trying to sample stream. But I don't think it's going to turn out very well if my stream is just constantly complaining over and over and over and over and over, and add on top of that the CPU of the game, because it's a factory building game, so it's quite CPU intensive. So, I guess we're just going to have a chat then for 5 minutes while I look for something to do. If you guys have any suggestions, throw them in chat. We'll see what happens. There's plenty of you watching, 15 people. That's nice to see. So, I'm actually going to try this out. Going to go a little bit off what we were going to do. And we'll see how this goes with the stream quality. What do you guys think? Do you think we'll try sampling this game on stream? I would like your input. John Blow plays that. I think I know who you're talking about. Let me just look him up. Yeah, of course my internet's not working very well. John Blow? Are you talking about Jonathan Blow? That's not who I was thinking of, but I do know who he is. I didn't know he played it, if that's right. Okay. Well, let's give that a go. Let's see how that goes. Infinite Factory. I haven't heard of that one. There's another one called Factorio, which is 2D. This one that I'm talking about, Satisfactory, is first person. Infinite Factory. This one's also 3D. I haven't heard of this one. This one released? Yeah, 2015. See, this one was released in early access this year, but it's one of the best early access games, like most polished early access games I've seen ever, to be honest. It's quite fantastic. You know what? Let's try this out, and I'm going to open up my watch page here and take a look at the actual quality of the stream and see if it is watchable. Because today I seem to be quite pedantic about that kind of stuff. Anyway. Let's open this up and see how we go. Come on. Well, this is lovely. Simultaneously, my brain and my computer refuse to cooperate. What's going on here? Oh, it's just taking a while. Hopefully I haven't opened up 2 copies. Hello, Ripley. We're having a little bit of a... oh, I don't know the word. Little bit of a something of a stream here. We were going to try perfecting a song, but that really wasn't working out. My brain was not cooperating. And so now we're going to try sampling a game that I've been playing for a while, that I've been interested in trying to make a remix of. I've already got the music, so I'm not going to do anything like that. It's just sound effects I'm looking for. You can hear audio in the background. Semi-watchable. Yeah, I'm watching my stream right now, and it's going in and out. I don't know, maybe everyone in my area is watching Netflix. Well, you know what? Let's get rid of that and turn this volume down and load a game and see how we go with the stream quality. It looks pretty awful, I'll be honest. Looks pretty awful. I don't know if it's just you, but the frame rate seems to be lagging when I'm watching it on my end. The something of the stream strikes again. Yeah. Once again, for the sake of honesty, I've kind of these kind of days where, like, I'll do a stream, try and do a stream or something, and it's just, it's not going to work out. My brain's not going to cooperate, and then it's going to get annoyed when other things don't cooperate. I've learnt to kind of predict those, and to be honest, that's probably about 40 or 50% of the time I cancel a stream. That's why. Because I'm sort of like, no, this is not going to go well. Let's pop over to the screen, and I'll keep track of the quality here. It's a bit of a... Let me turn the audio up. And we'll go to soloing certain tracks at certain points. It's a very nice looking game, though. The hell of a delay between what's happening here and what's happening with the stream on your end. Chip Chap Chop, it says my internet sucks, so I don't know. I can guarantee you mine sucks more than yours, though. Unless you live in Australia and you haven't got the NBN yet, which the NBN... But if, at least it's slightly better than not having the NBN. If you're in Australia and you haven't got the NBN yet, then yeah. Oh, look at that wonderful quality. That beautiful frame rate. And buffering video. And not sending information. I don't know. It's not that bad. You can watch it, at least. But let's go through and let's take some samples from this game. Alright. So let's turn the ambience down and the factory down and let's leave the effects up and the dialogue up. Unfortunately with this game it's got reverb which sort of stays around. And the animal sounds are part of the ambience. And I'm just gonna throw Audacity up and record the loop back from my interface here. Audacity is the best thing to record anything. If you want to record something, you always go to Audacity. It doesn't matter if you have FL Studio or Reaper or Pro Tools or whatever. It always comes back to Audacity. Always comes back to it. Let me know stream quality just falls apart completely, because it likely will at some point, because I haven't tried this before. This is unprecedented territory. And by the way, just so you guys know, I hope... Yeah, no, it's recording sounds. It's not recording my mic audio, though, which is good. That's nice to know. So let's get some footsteps. Ideally, I'd be recording video with this, but I kind of want to just mess around for a bit and see what sounds there are to do. You got this weapon here. This game has some pretty epic sound design. That could be. This is a scanner. Scans for items and things. Got a chainsaw to cut down the trees. And beacons. There's lots of stuff to pull on from this game. Just pick this one up. Let me get that sound, because that's a cool sound. You've also got, if we pop down here to the ground. Okay, so this sound is part of the ambience then, I guess. So if we stand in here and go to options. What game is this? This is Satisfactory. It's one I've been... No, it's not part of the ambience. Is it part of... Huh. It's a factory building game that I've kind of been obsessed with on and off over the past couple weeks. It's a really beautiful game and really polished, which is surprising because it's in early access. So where exactly is the sound? Is it in factory? Because that means I'd have to leave this place because there's noises everywhere. So if we turn effects down and dialogue down, it's in factory. That's unfortunate. So let's go back to effects. It's got really good music too, which is... It's ambient music, so there's lots of chords to pull from. Does that mean that this is factory too? Yes. Oh, that's lovely. Let's hop out here. It's meant to be a really creative game, as far as I know. Of course, this is factory too. Let's just pull up the factory sounds. I don't know why I keep clicking apply. I'll head off down to where I've got a crafting bench, because that's got some really interesting sounds coming from it. But this, yeah, you're supposed to be in this game really creative with how you build the factories and how everything works out. And the landscape is just... It's a really good looking game, and that kind of helps out with building really fantastical things. So give me a minute to get back to where my main base is. It's a really big map as well. It's not procedurally generated. It's handcrafted, which is surprising considering how big it is. I think it's like I don't know, like 20, upwards of 20 square kilometers. And 90% of it is this detailed. There are some sections which are not as detailed because they haven't finished it yet. It's still early access. Alright. I saw your question to you. Hold on one second. Let me just finish getting over here. And one thing I am going to do, just to make this area nice and quiet, because there's all these sounds of machines going. No, we need to do the whole lot. Hold on. Let's connect this back up. And then... there you go, everything shut down. Okay. Now your question. TU, how do you use psychology as a tool to your advantage in music? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. I'd say with music, it's 90% patterns. Patterns on top of patterns on top of patterns. And it's all about sort of... the complexity of a pattern controls how long you can listen to it, how many elements, you listen to it and go, I didn't notice that, I didn't notice that, I didn't notice that. And but you need to find the best time to which you need to develop that or change it into something else. And then structure is really important. You need to bring back elements from before, like some sort of I don't know, short-term nostalgia, I don't know, something like that. Have I done any kind of non-music sound design, says Chip Chap Chop. I have. Quite recently, in fact, on my Twitter, I posted a tweet about a project that has been taking up a lot of my time recently. I can't talk about it much, but I tweeted a picture of a USB, which has all the delivery stuff on it, which I was handing off, which kind of signifies, look, I've got, now I've got a whole ton more free time to work on the channel, and hopefully things are going to speed up. I've said that like 10 million times in the past, and it's never happened, so... anyway, let's get some craft bench sounds, because they are also cool. I mean, these are like hi-hats, this sound here. Okay, let's craft something. Let's craft some screws. There's a nice rhythmic thing. Sort of. Might have to quantize it. There's also... I had in my head something... excuse me. Oh, yes. You can use... because it's a factory building game, you have mining machines for deposits, but you can do it manually. And that's probably... because this is like... mining manually is like the first step in the game when you start a new game. This is... this would be the start of the song. Have I ever been professionally commissioned? I have done... contract work before. It's not the same as commissioning. Sort of. It's similar to commissioning. But, you sign a contract, I suppose. Will you ever get to see... yes, you will, but not until probably somewhere... it'll end up being March, February, March, something next year. I think is when... I'm not sure when the world... when it goes live on social media or anything like that. I know when the deadline is, and I know when the premiere is, but I don't know exactly when it's going live, because it's a short film. It's nothing. Well, it's big-ish, because it's premium sound design production quality, but short film. Okay, what else have we got that we can look at? I wonder if this counts as the factory, but we don't have anything to do here. Did we set... this is the research thing where you put things in to get, like if you find certain materials in the world and you put them in here and research them, you'll get special things. But the main way to upgrade is through here, because the story behind this is you're kind of working as a pioneer for the planet, for a company who's sort of colonizing the planet. So you've got to get all the materials set up and all that. And so this is sending everything to the space station up there, and that is the space elevator up there, and that's how you unlock these ones. Are all locked right now. I suppose the next thing is to take a look at some factory sounds. That's going to be hard though, because I've got, like, if I turn on the factory sounds now, I'll show you what's happening up there as well. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's right. I turned the power off, didn't I? So if we turn the power on, was it connected to this one? There we go. Everything will start up, start going. And got jump pads. Those are cool. And it's all cluttered. You'd need, like, isolated machines. I suppose you can stand right next to one. These are the things you use to make the materials and stuff. If you quantize this would work, I suppose. Also got the bigger machines. There's a ladder up here somewhere. Here it is. It's a very eye candy game. And ear candy as well. Ripley asks, why did you name your channel Smuffy? I had a nickname in school. People called me Smithy. But that was taken. That was already taken by someone that was fairly popular. So I, sort of like, oh, Smuffy. That just came out of nowhere. I guess I'll just use that. Anyway, look. I think this is enough for this stream. Because I don't, or at least not yet. I don't want to fall into, just doing flat gameplay. Because this game, it's a really fun game, but it's really, really hard to make entertaining or interesting. It's the kind of thing where you have to edit it in order to make it interesting. People won't watch a live stream because it's just running around and there's not much happening. And I don't want to end up just playing this game as a thing. So I think we're going to end up leaving this live stream here. Not on my list of Ripley. It's like Subnautica, but on land. That's the first comparison a lot of people made when they saw this game was to Subnautica. I think it's got like a similar art style. Was Subnautica made in Unreal? Because that might be why. Anyway. Like I said, I think we're going to finish this stream here because it's not been the most productive of streams, but yeah, these things happen. Sometimes you just have a day where anyway. So I'm going to. I'll let people. I'll wait like a minute or so. I'll just sort of talk into the microphone. Wait for people to say stuff. It's not really artist block, Ripley. It's just sort of artist block is kind of, I don't know. Artist block is like a long-term thing. Artist block will last for sort of like a week or months. And there's really not that much you can do to get around it, apart from just try your best to to try and work and wait for it to get for it to finish. This is just sort of like a bad day. The air quality, I suppose, because there's tons of horrible fires going on in New South Wales, and it's kind of leaking into Queensland. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, but we're gonna leave it here. Hopefully this was not too unentertaining of a stream. Hopefully it was still an interesting one at the very least. I'm doing these streams fortnightly now, not weekly like I usually do, because I ended up, when I was doing them weekly, I usually ended up just cancelling them every second week anyway, so I might as well do them fortnightly instead and be a little bit more stable. But I hope you guys have a good couple of next weeks. Hopefully I do too. I'm hoping to get some more work, some significantly more work done on this channel over the next couple of weeks. But I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Now let me just find the stop streaming button and then we'll be lovely. All right. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever. I'll see you guys later. Have fun. This always gets me, this thing here. It says, are you sure you want to stop streaming the event? And it's like, I set this up and you're going to tell me that